girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done.
Hi, guys. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Edit my thingy here if it'll let me. Been playing around with the new thing that they have. Where is it? There we go. Hang on. Let me move this around. Okay. I'm not sure if I like the circle things or not, honestly. You guys like them? It's all right. So, yes, this is going to be different. There's quite a bit of new information out there now on this case, and I don't know if you guys remember this or not. Leilani, let's see. She has her trial starting on October 9th. They just did pre-trial. And her attorneys are working really hard to get a lot of stuff thrown out on grounds that the statements that she made to police, they say she wasn't Mirandized properly, and they want to exclude a lot of it. It's ridiculous. I will do a live on that sometime. I keep an eye on that court file. Okay, so Madalina Cojocari, that man, this poor girl. I am going to do just a quick recap on the case for anybody who is not familiar with it, and then the updates. And like I said in the description, if you think that the Sebastian Rogers case is crazy, this one's going to really irritate you. So let me get this opened up here. Hold up. There we go. Now I remember this one. It was from December of 2022, and Madalina got lost and forgotten after these other more popular cases came out, and especially, with the Idaho 4 stuff happening and the breaking news when Brian Kober was arrested, people just forgot all about her, and it's really sad. Okay. All right, so let me get my first link open here. So the first one I found a kind of a graphical timeline I'm going to use here. So let me get this pulled over. And I'm only using this as kind of the part of the update, or part of the recap, sorry. So Madalina was 12 years old when she went missing. And this absolutely beautiful girl. The last time that she was seen getting off a school bus was on November 21st. Interestingly enough, here we go. Nobody reported her missing from the 21st all the way to December 13th, until school resource officers started showing up at her house looking for her. And nobody could understand what in the heck was going on. Mom didn't answer the door. Mom is Madalina Cojocari, and stepdad is Christopher Palmiter. And they finally got her to come to the school. Her mom called them back and said, "Oh yeah, she'll be at school tomorrow." And then mom showed up without her. Yeah, she's missing, and she's been missing for a few weeks. And the school was like, "You got to report her missing." The school had to tell this woman to report her own child missing. Absolutely infuriating. And then, so she was finally reported missing on December 15th. I'm going to, hold up. Let me pull up the full screen of that. Give me just a second. Where did I save it? Oh, desktop. There it is. Okay. So this is the full size of that poster. For some reason, if I just hit full screen, it makes my microphone get crackly. So I have to kind of do it like this. Very annoying. She is still missing. And wait till you hear what happened with some of the new updates. So she was last seen in Cornelius, North Carolina. They accepted her mother's missing date that she provided of November 23rd, 2022, and has not been seen since. There's the number if anybody knows anything, and I know somebody out there knows something. It's 704-892-7773. Let's see. I'm going to show you another really great picture of her. Absolutely adorable little girl. Maddie, yes, yes, she is so beautiful. So, just breaks my heart. She is, or was, I'm of the highest opinion and hope and prayer that she's out there. There's evidence to indicate that, and I'm going to show you guys that in a minute too. But she's the same age as my little girl. And so this hit me when she went missing. I was like, oh my God. Like, I could not imagine waiting weeks to report my girl missing. If she's even 10 minutes late getting home, I'm freaking out, you know? Yeah, you'll see some really weird stuff that I'm going to show you here. So even just starting from day one, the stories of a lot, day one, day like 21, the parents' stories were just weird. Christopher Palmiter told authorities that on November 23rd, he left his home to make a trip to Michigan to pick up some of his stuff. He said he didn't see Madalina the day he left and believed that the last time he saw her was a week before his trip. Can you make that make sense? He said he left on November 23rd. The last time he saw her was a week before his trip, although he lived there. He allegedly said he returned on the 26th and asked Diana where Madalina was, and Diana said that she didn't know. They literally asked each other the same question. Oh, you do? Cool. Hey, I know it's not going to let you drop a link, but if you'll give me the name of the group, and is it okay if I pull it up as well and show everybody? Is it a Facebook group? Oh, okay. Where is Madalina Cojocari? Is it private or public? So I've been following this since day, I guess you could say, 21. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. I may already be in it. Well, I see several with kind of the same name. Okay, I'm just going to show you my screen. Can you tell me which one it is? I'm in this one, it looks like. And I'm in a few. Cover photo is black with her info. So this one? I assume this is the right one. Okay, I think I'm in it now. Is this correct? I'm going to take it off for just a second because it has my name on there for just a second when I join a group with my page. Okay. All right. Oh, I see. You guys have been digging into Diana as well. I found some of her early stuff before she started hiding her information and hiding her social media. Yeah. Yeah, we need to talk. Like, email me and I'll send you some of the old stuff that I had found and see if it's any of this new stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and take a peek real quick because now I'm interested. Yeah, it was definitely a foreign language like this, and I don't know the name of the language. I'm sorry. Woo. Okay, I'm gonna be catching up on that for sure. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this here. It was just so weird that they know she's missing, right? And they ask each other. The analogy that I can compare it to would be if you lost the remote control for your TV. Okay, cool. Hey, honey, where's the remote? I don't know. Where is it? Well, I don't know. I guess it'll show up. That was kind of the level of concern that they had. with this beautiful little girl just gone. I don't understand. I don't understand it at all. So now they did arrest the parents December 17th, 2022, just 2 weeks before Brian Koberg was arrested. And during this time, everybody was searching for the white Elantra. Okay. So they arrested the parents, but not for hurting her or unaliving her, but for failing to report her missing, which is crazy. So despite everything that this woman has done from day one, I'm pretty surprised to hear the latest update. You tagged me in the newest interview. Okay. Hold on. Let me come look. Yes, I'm going to be showing that. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So she has done everything. Diana Cojocari has done everything in her power. Mother of this child has completely, deliberately hindered the investigation from day one. And I don't think it's because she did anything to her physically. I think she got her out of there. Now these are rumors, so this is speculation, but there were people that came forward and said they knew things, but maybe you know a little more about this, about the allegations of DV and mom wanting to get away from him, and there's evidence to support that she was looking to get away. She had a lot of money stored up. She had plans. She talked with relatives about smuggling her and her daughter out of there. So, Matthew. Okay, let me see. I'm going to have to put on my glasses. My laptop's too tiny. Hang on. Okay. Matthew Palmiter is in that group. I'm going to say, I believe there's a third party in all of this. Deep in the search warrants, there's 2 other names. Yes, you mean, I mean, we're not supposed to like not say it, right? The Octavian person. Yeah. Okay, let me get through this so I can get to the new stuff. So they went back on December 21st. They got a whole bunch of stuff from the home. You know what? I've wondered that as well. It was kind of like, with any case, often we go into it and we assume one way or the other. We're like, we're sure mom did it. We're sure dad did it, right? We might think it. We're not supposed to say it, but we might be thinking things, right? And then come to find out a few months later or a year later, we find out, oh my God, the creepiest looking person in this case, don't think they were involved at all, And I'll show y'all what I mean by creepy. When you see this guy, he has creepy all over him, in my opinion. But I think it has to do with mom and her family. So, oh, okay. I remember those. So they took a bunch of stuff from the home. Now, granted, I mean, this was December 2022 when all this was going down, and everybody was sure that Madalina would be found. This letter, do you remember the letter from Madalina's family? It says, "We as a family are devastated and absolutely heartbroken to learn that Madalina is missing. We love Madeline and are shocked by these circumstances." So that letter came out. Now, what's weird is January of 2023, both Diana and Christopher were indicted by a grand jury for failure to report the disappearance of a child. That's all they got charged with. It doesn't make any sense. I know that they went up and down on the bail a couple of times, and then finally Christopher bailed out. And then I've got that other update on what happened with them legally. I'm just wanting to work forward. The search warrants were unsealed and everybody got to see them in January of 2023, but nobody cared. Everybody was all about who was this Brian guy, remember? Nobody was talking about this anymore already. It was so sad. There was a lot revealed in those search documents. I'm not going to get into it too much right now because it's in one of the little short clips that I'm going to be playing in just a minute. Okay, let me go. Man, she's been missing for so long. So one of the documents that was revealed was that Diana requested a family member smuggle her and her daughter away from their Cornelius home, and she wanted them to go back to Moldova, I believe is where they're from. And that to me shows intent, honestly. April 11th is her birthday. So she's 13. I'm going to say she is 13. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I know there's been way too much silence, but I mean, as you can see, it's not the hot case, but I don't care. I want to cover it because to me, she's important still. And to a lot of other people, a lot of other people are still interested to find out what happened to her. Where is she? They had a vigil on her 12th birthday. There was a possible sighting. And I don't even know what happened with that. Now, this one is going to come up in just a minute again with the latest update. Okay. So in July of last year, they had more unsealed search warrants and they revealed that the girl was likely alive and well on Sugar Mountain with her mother. Alive and well, December 16th in Sugar Mountain. Now remember, that's the day after they finally report this girl missing. Finally report her missing. Suddenly she takes a trip all the way up to Sugar Mountain. I'm going to show you guys where that's at in relation to their home as well. I find that really worrying to me. I don't know if it means something nefarious or if she, handed her off to somebody at that time, but man. Now, at first, she pled not guilty, and then Christopher got released on bond. Now, since then, this was the latest update that this website had. Let me see which link this was. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to play this one. Give me just a second. I'm going to pull up the next one here. If by any chance you would like to join me up here, let me know. Are you serious? Oh my goodness. I would just be like, yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, see, they keep going back and forth on that. I've seen, posts and things from people who appear to be official, and some say she was there and that there is evidence. There's actual evidence that she was there on the 16th with her mom, and they don't understand why Diana went all the way to Sugar Mountain on that particular day. But then the place where she got the oil change on the same day, but it was later in the day, in the afternoon, Maddie wasn't with her. So what does that mean? She either left her up there harmed or, or handed her over to somebody, or she wasn't there with her. But I've heard reports that she was actually seen with her on that day. And who knows, I don't think they've really checked anything out. So here is to show y'all just quickly. I want to make sure it doesn't show my name and stuff. Hang on. Let's see. Okay. So they lived by Charlotte, or did they live by Asheville? No, I can't remember. Which one did they live by? They lived by one of these, one of these. So it's the same distance anyway. This is where Diana was on the 15th. I mean, I'm thinking, I remember it over here. Okay, so what's weird is the timing of it, being the very next day that she went up there. Exactly. Yep. Just really weird. What did she go there for? Cornelius. Right, I knew Cornelius, but is it closer to Asheville or Charlotte? That I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm not gonna worry about typing that in. Okay. Yeah, they totally, and I think that's confirmation bias as well. People saw the dad, he seems, like a jerk. He did take off that night as well. That mom said she came up missing. So, man. Now, this place that you see here, Sugar Mountain, where mom went, it is extremely ravaged by now Hurricane Helene. And it says here it was transitioning into a tropical storm at the time, but it left major devastation to that area. Not awful? There's a whole bunch of pictures and stuff. Let me see. I followed some of them and was just like looking around. Why are you buffering? It's going to be buffering. What? Oh, hold on. Huh. Well, I wonder if I'm able to change my. I have my stream for the first time on 1080p because it's offering that now. But I'm wondering if I shouldn't have. I've always done it on 720 before. Because now look how it's only loaded to there. That's unusual. Let me make sure I'm on my right Wi Fi. Yep, I am. Okay. The devastation to this area is just awful. And I don't know why it's doing that. I never see Skippy videos. Strange. I go look at their page. Well, I just wanted to show y'all that video, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to be right here for anybody that wants to see that. They do have an update on, like, the whole place is closed down. And, I've just kind of wondered, about that location. Never know, but it sure is a beautiful place, but it's just devastated now. Sugar Mountain and the entire area have been hit hard by Hurricane Helene. So they put that update on there. And then, I mean, I've been seeing, reports of all the deaths and damage and destruction and everything. It's awful. There's Sugar Mountain as well. I don't know if anybody here's from that area. That's pretty bad. There's one of these videos that shows this where people are standing out there on the edge, dude. They were out here on the edge. Like, y'all are nuts. What you doing? And then look at this. This person posted this. All the roads are closed. Just terrible what everybody's gone through. So I just wanted to throw that in that, my prayers are definitely with them. All of everybody affected along the coast and all the way inland, pretty far in, Let me get my other one up here. Let's see. Yeah, the National Guard was just deployed and they rescued 119 people just there in Asheville, North Carolina. So, just kind of makes me wonder, what if there was evidence and it's all ruined, lost, So, just a second. I'm closing all the ads on the page before I share it here. This website has 1,000 ads going on here. Okay. So, and it didn't even pull up the page I wanted. It moved me out of where I was. Gosh darn it. Hang on just a second. Not what I wanted at all. Okay. On some websites, if you close the wrong ad, it'll close the whole thing down. Crazy. All right, here we go.
Discover your new Ram right now at Melvin Ram. Like the
Really?
2024 Ram 3500 lease for $672 per month.
Like you get YouTube Premium. Well, we begin. Skip ads and then you get them anyway everywhere else. Okay.
At 5 here with some major breaking news. In just the last 2 hours, Cornelius police have now said Diana Cojocari is a suspect in the disappearance of her daughter, Madalina. We thank you for joining us. I'm Vanessa Rufus.
And I'm Nick Sertivant in for Colin Mayfield. Let's get right over to WCNC Charlotte anchor Jane Monreal. And Jane, what are you learning at this hour?
Well, Nick and Vanessa, this is the flyer that police just put out on social media. A version of it also sent in Romanian. And from what we can tell, this is the first time police have referred to Diana as a suspect specifically tied to the disappearance. We're working to verify that with Cornelius police. This news comes just a month after Diana pleaded guilty to not reporting her daughter missing back in 2022. And that was the only charge that she was facing. Madalina's stepfather, Christopher Palmiter, was found guilty by...
See what I mean? People judge based on appearance. We just tend to normally do that. And,
both Diana Cojocari.
By all appearances, Diana appears to be very sweet, very quiet. And Christopher, on the other hand, just didn't have a very good vibe. And now it's like, are you serious? It was the other way around. So, just saying. You never know, right?
Cojocari and Christopher Palmiter are currently out of jail. Now, Madalina was last seen getting off a school bus in November of 2022. Diana Cojocari and Christopher Palmiter did not report her missing until weeks later. But guys, this is a rapidly developing situation. We have reached out to Cornelius Police to get more information about what this means in their investigation, but they have asked anyone with information to call detectives. Vanessa and Nick.
All right, thank you.
Yep, a lot of questions remain. So, after she was named, yeah, gullible, but also culpable, honestly, because, you know, I don't care if I was married to like the biggest jerk, abusive man on the planet. If something happens to my child and they come up missing, I'm going to report it. And likewise, I don't understand why he didn't report the child missing. He could have easily reported her missing. Do you mean gullible? Like, what do you suppose Diana could have told him as far as where's Madalina? Because there's a whole interview that they did. There's several interviews that are on YouTube now that you can watch, the police interrogations of both of them. And the entire time, they both insisted they had no idea where she was. And neither one of them had told the other one where she was. And Christopher said that Diana hadn't even given him a clue. So why wouldn't he speak up at that time, right? I believe that she told Christopher she was places that she wasn't. But why didn't he tell authorities? He kept quiet for her. Let's see, there we go. He kept her secret. Everything that she was telling him, he wasn't sharing that with authorities. So after she gets named a suspect, let's see. Now, I have a whole bunch of links. I'm not going to go through all of them. I am going to copy and paste this whole list into the description for anybody else that, wants to research this case as well, because, it's important. Okay, so let's look at this. There is a $25,000 reward. Yeah, I buy a lot of shoes online. I'm always getting ads for shoes. $25,000 reward in Madalina Cojocari case offered nearly 2 hours after her disappearance. Parents are both convicted of failing to report her missing. Neither one of them really did any actual jail time. He got time served, and she was bonded out right before she was convicted, and then she was supposed to go back. And then I'm going to get into that next update in just a moment. The one that you shared to me, that you tagged me in. I'm going to put that one in there. So I'm going to play this real quick. Stinking ads. Okay. Looks like a cool place.
Reward now being offered in the search for Madalina Cojocari. The young girl from Cornelius has been the focus of a high-profile missing persons case for more than a year and a half. The governor's offering the reward for the arrest and conviction of the person responsible for her disappearance. She was last seen getting off her school bus right before Thanksgiving in 2022. Her parents, mom and stepdad, faced charges of not reporting her missing for weeks. They both served jail time for that, but still no word on where Madalina is. If you know where she is, call police right away.
Okay. So that came out in just in August 30th of this year. The North Carolina government announced a $25,000 reward for any information that leads to an arrest and conviction in connection with Madalina's disappearance. The then 11-year-old girl was last seen November 2022 as she got off the bus. Let's see here. I'm going to see if there was anything else on this page I wanted to show real quick before I close it. I'm not going to get into the crazy stuff that some of the extended family said. It's just too much. I'm going to put it all down in the description after I'm done. Let's see. Okay. This would have been November 20. This is a little back further. And then even while Diana was in jail, she was still getting in trouble. And some of her stuff that she was involved in before the disappearance, I think she was still involved in after. There was this hearing. She was searched while being held in jail, and authorities said they found a small clear plastic bag inside her shirt pocket that tested positive for fentanyl and cocaine. So she had appeared in court on that day, and it was like, is she going to get any? She didn't. I thought when this happened that surely it would mean she'd get some, time at least for that. And she still got let out of there. So it doesn't really show her too much in that hearing, but you can listen to that. And again, that's going to be down in the description. And then right after this court hearing, that's when she pled guilty.
Jane, thank you. The mother of missing Cornelius girl Madalina Cojocari admits she failed to report the disappearance until more than 2 weeks after Madalina was last seen in public. And now, more than a year later, there is still no sign of this girl. Thank you for being with us for the news at 5. I'm Vanessa Rufus.
I'm Colin Mayfield. It has been 546 days since Madalina Cojocari was last seen getting off this school bus on November 21st, 2022. It wasn't until nearly 3 weeks later that Diana Cojocari and Madalina's stepfather, Christopher Palmiter, reported her missing.
Police arrested them 2 days later for not reporting that disappearance sooner. And after a series of court appearances, Diana Cojocari was last expected to show up in court in February, but we told you then that she didn't appear. And that leads us to the developments we just mentioned today.
Yeah, Jesse Pierre is on the story tonight with what happens next here, Jesse.
Yes, well, Colin, Vanessa, Diana Cojocari could be released from jail as of today. She went into court today and changed her plea from not guilty to guilty. Now,
Like what? Like what? She has additional charges while she's in jail. Her child's still missing. And she changes her plea from not guilty to guilty, and they let her out. Please make that make sense.
Now she was facing a felony charge for failing to report her daughter's disappearance in a timely manner to police. Now Diana has already reached her max serving jail time, so she can again be released at any time. Now meanwhile, Madalina's stepfather, Christopher Palmiter, was expected to be in court today for the first day of his trial. However, his trial was postponed. Palmiter's attorney says they need more time to go over newly submitted evidence by the state. Court records note that Diana had been in contact with another family member. Some of those records also show that Diana says she was in danger and that she and Madalina needed to get away to a safe place or flee the country. Records show that Diana said she had enough funds to live for 2 to 3 months and had been sending large sums of money out of the country. Court records also note several items were seized by search warrants, and those were not provided to the defense. This includes results of search and examinations of Diana and Palmiter's cars and GPS data, both of their phone records and calls in jail, just to name a few. The defense says it needs to get those evidence. It needs to get the time to process all of this evidence as well. Now, both parents maintain they do not know where Madalina is. Palmiter was released from jail last August with an ankle monitor after his bond was lowered to $25,000.
I know he did a good amount of time in jail prior to being released. So if he was to get the max sentence, if he found guilty, judge gave him the max, whatever time he gets, whatever he's already done will be subtracted from that.
Now, it's important to note that Diana is not an American citizen. So after now pleading guilty to this felony charge, she is facing deportation as well. Live and
I wonder why she didn't just let them deport her, because she would have gotten a free trip back home. But instead, she goes and does this. Let me get that pulled up. 1 second. Here we go. This is the latest. This is September 29th, yesterday. Diana Cojocari, prime suspect in daughter Madalina's disappearance, is no longer in the U.S. The daughter of a missing North Carolina girl was charged in connection with her disappearance, basically only charged with not reporting her missing. She pled guilty, left jail, and then fled the United States, all within a 2-year span. Madalina Cojocari, again, was last seen getting off her school bus on November 21st, 2022. She was 11 years old. They did not report her missing until December 15th, despite telling police that the last time they saw their daughter was at home on the evening of November 23rd, 2022. I don't get it. How do parents get away with this? How do they get away with this? And he ended up, he was found guilty, but then he got to leave as well because for credit for time served. And then after she got out, authorities released her from jail. Neighbors reported her seeing her around like the neighborhood and the pool, and they were, basically harassing her online and probably in person. There was one lady that said that she drove by her house and was yelling at her, "Where's Madalina? Bring her home," But they said, we have been unable to confirm that she's in Moldova, but our assumption is that she is back in her home country. Kind of weird, honestly. Now, in my mind, what if she didn't go back? What if she didn't go back? I mean, people speculate about cases. You have to look at one parent or the other. The child comes up missing. Both parents are, who can keep a better secret? Who can keep a secret better than two people? One person, right? So I don't know. It's just really weird that instead of letting the United States deport her and send her home, she just disappeared. And they have not been able to confirm. It's just really weird. Reporters are watching her there. She's staying with her dad. Has photos of her dad. Again, there's both of them. Oh, man. It just says here from yesterday that they made that request for information and they haven't received anything back. It said Diana was in the U.S. on a green card in May. Palmiter filed for divorce against his estranged wife. And then it's unfortunate that she went back to Moldova, but our case here is still ongoing, and we're going to continue to investigate it. She would be or is 13 years old today. Well, While the investigation has been complicated from the word go, from us being behind 3 weeks right off the start, it definitely doesn't make our investigation any easier with her not being here, but it doesn't change what we're doing. We will continue to investigate. Yeah, there's one of the photos that, I mean, neighbors were going around taking photos of her and posting them online and making fun of her and calling her creepy and all that stuff. Just awful. And then I have the links as well for the trial that he went through, the interviews by police, and there was a last statement by, oh, and the testimony by the detective as well. So there's a whole bunch more links and information, but I wanted to keep this really brief as possible. So hopefully more people, can take a look at it. Keep her face out there, keep her information out there, And I'm going to show her poster again here. There we go. Yeah, I need to get a new mic so I can actually go full screen with my stuff. I don't like having to do it this way. It's annoying. Oh. Is this since I accidentally clicked on it, is this the social media account that you were following as well? This one? So again, this is her poster. This is her. Beautiful little girl, same age as mine, and she needs to be found as well. All of these babies need to be found, all of them. If you guys, if you go to my front page and you go down a little bit, you'll see the video that I made about, until they all come home, never give up hope, that kind of thing. If you guys can go and check that out, I'd appreciate it. And share this out, hit the like button. And that is it for today. Okay. So I hope that everybody impacted by the hurricane and the tropical storm from Helene are safe. The devastation that I'm seeing from that is, wow. I'm pretty good distance from it. All we've gotten is just a little rain from it. But it's dropped our temperatures a little bit. So somebody out there needs to speak up. She had a lot of other loved ones and friends that still wonder what in the heck happened to her, So, all right, guys, I'm going to get off here. I got to get to the grocery store before I got to pick up the kiddos. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful afternoon, okay? See ya. Bye, everybody.